Hello, welcome students to this session of Social Science History, Chapter 8, topic Civilizing the Native, Educating the Nation. Today's topic is Agenda for National Education. So, what agenda is prepared for our national education? As we have seen in the previous videos that how the British officials were bringing in and introducing education system according to their own wish. Now also it will remain in their choice because they have the political power. British officials were thinking of promoting their Western education system in India. Then what were the Indian educationists doing? There came out two types of educationists among Indians. Some Indians felt that Western education would help modernize India. So according to them, the Western education is very good and it would modernize India. So they supported Western education. And impressed by the development in Europe, they even urged the British to open more schools, colleges and universities and spend more money on education. So, have you understood this, that they were playing such types of kabaddi from the opponent's team, and they had their standpoint. Why? Because they wanted to adopt Western education firstly because India was not that developed scientifically compared to the Western countries. Secondly, Western education would remove superstitious belief and instill scientific thought or reasoning among the Indians. But some educationists like Aurobindo Ghosh emphasized that although students should remain to their own route, they should also take advantage of the fullest advantage of modern scientific discoveries. So these were the one section of Indian educationists who wanted Western education system. The other section were the Indians who reacted against Western education system. And who were those? They were Mahatma Gandhi, Rabindranath Tagore. But Mahatma Gandhi himself studied outside India. According to him, the development is not does not necessarily require Western education. Development can be achieved or brought about by our own education system also. Therefore, Mahatma Gandhi and Rabindranath Tagore, they opposed and even criticized Western education system on various grounds, which we will come to learn later. English education has enslaved us. These were the words of Mahatma Gandhi. So Mahatma Gandhi argued that colonial education created a sense of inferiority in the minds of Indians. It made them see Western civilization as superior and destroyed the pride they had in their own culture. There was poison in this education, said Mahatma Gandhi. It was sinful. It enslaved Indians. It cast an evil spell on them. Charmed by the West, appreciating everything that came from the West, Indians educated in these institutions began admiring British rule. Mahatma Gandhi wanted an education that could help Indians recover their sense of dignity and self-respect. During the national movement, he urged students to leave educational institutions in order to show to the British that Indians were no longer willing to be enslaved. Mahatma Gandhi strongly felt that Indian languages ought to be the medium of teaching. education in English crippled Indians, distanced them from their own social surroundings, and made them strangers in their own lands. Speaking a foreign tongue, despising local culture, the English educated did not know how to relate to the masses. Western education, Mahatma Gandhi said, focused on reading and writing rather than oral knowledge, and it valued textbooks rather than lived experience and practical knowledge. He argued that education ought to develop a person's mind and soul. Literacy, or simply learning to read and write, by itself did not count as education. This is very important point. People had to work with their hands, learn a craft, and know how different things operated. This would develop their mind and their capacity to understand. A nationalist sentiments spread. Other thinkers also began thinking of a system of national education which would be radically different from that set up by the British. So dear students, that's all for today. Thank you.